So I was gonna do my review on Dora Milwaukee of Gold with my friend Shri, but I feel very uneasy as of late. I've been feeling disappointment and sadness over the last 5 days or so. But if there's one thing that I have learned is that talking about what's bothering you is much better than holding everything in. So without further ado, let's see if we can feel better from this situation. And in case you're wondering why there's gameplay footage in the background, it's because the YouTuber I'm about to talk about used gameplay footage in his videos. Now, on this channel, I've never talked about YouTubers before, but there's a particular reason why I'm talking about a YouTuber right now, because this situation that just recently happened was very sad. This situation was brought to my attention. I was just as shocked as many other people were about this situation. This particular situation affected so many people on the internet to the point where people were legitimately worried. This particular situation happened with a YouTuber by the name of Word of Wolf, formerly known as Dishonored Wolf. Now, if you don't know who he is, he basically did reviews on movies like Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, The Last Jedi, and the Alpha and Omega movies, to name a few. Now, how I discovered him was clearly by accident. I don't remember when exactly, but I think I must have watched some stuff on The Last Jedi, and I came across his video on The Last Jedi, and it was a really good video. He basically deconstructed the movie in ways I never thought of before. I thought it was just a decent film, but the way he described it was regarded as like the worst film of the series, mainly because of basically the fact that they pretty much, as he put it, treated the characters of Luke Skywalker with such disrespect that it made it feel almost unwatchable. Now, I really enjoyed that review, and ever since then I've watched his content. I really enjoyed his work. His videos were more, in the beginning, his videos were more sarcastic, and they were sarcastic obviously for comedic effect. They were really funny, and as a result, I really enjoyed his work. His stuff was really funny, and I enjoyed it a lot. Some of my favorite videos of his are Justice League, the worst film of 2017. Like I mentioned, The Last Jedi, the worst Star Wars movie ever made. Aquaman is awful. Why the Dark Tower movie sucks. Why I don't like Marvel movies. Thor Ragnarok was kind of bad. And the Media Reloaded episodes on Alpha and Omega. But he also talked about serious issues going on in the world on his channel, which those were videos I also liked, including accusations versus evidence and the importance of freedom of speech. And I really enjoyed his work. His videos were both comedic as well as informative, and yeah, there are some genuinely good videos on his channel. He even wrote a book and was planning on becoming a full-time author. I don't know if he still plans on doing that now, but he wrote a book. I don't know, you can see if it's still in stock. But yeah, I really enjoyed his content. And I say enjoyed, unfortunately, for a reason. Because Wolf basically deleted his entire channel. It wasn't just bad enough that he deleted his channel, but before it, he left a note that sounded like a suicide note. It was basically him saying that he didn't like anything he made, and so the last thing he said was that he was going to do what he should have done a long time ago, quote, "Sorry for being a waste of everyone's time," unquote. He then deleted his entire channel, and the next morning, fans of his work discovered that he no longer was on YouTube. Everybody was very concerned about him, everybody was worried about his safety, and everyone, including myself, prayed for him, and it was very startling to the people who really liked his content. To wake up and find out that a good YouTuber is just gone, it was very, very scary. So, a lot happened after this, and we need to break this down. This is what followed next. The note that he left a lot of people concerned, mainly because this was a very severe case of depression. A lot of people were concerned about him and his friend Mueller, who has his own podcast series called Every Frame a Pause, which I actually discovered Mueller thanks to Wolf, was doing everything that they could to see if he was okay. 2 days later, he contacted the police, and the police confirmed that Wolf is safe and with his family. 2 days later, Mueller made a tweet basically saying that Wolf is safe, he's on medication, and he is seeing a therapist and talking about the issues at hand with his family. However, the YouTube channel Word of Wolf won't come back, meaning that the channel is basically gone permanently. But the next tweet that came afterwards, he basically said that he was very proud of of a podcast that he does with Mueller, but that while his audience, including myself, wants to see all of his content again, it's something that he wants to move past from. I can only interpret this in two different ways. One, that whether or not he'll come back on YouTube is unknown, and whether or not we'll see all of his content again is a mystery. Or two, Wolf deleted his entire channel, and it seemed like whatever transpired before it was, he didn't like what he made at the time. He's obviously not ready to make any decisions on whether or not he's going to come back to YouTube or not, or whether or not we're going to see his content again. We don't really know yet. Everything's kind of up in the air right now, or at least that's what I'm getting at this tweet. But he is very happy for the love and support that he has gotten over the last few days. And my video that you're watching right now is no exception. Wolf right now wants to focus on his personal life, something that I agree is a priority right now. He needs to recover from whatever happened, and that we're all here for him if he's ever wanting to talk. And Twitter basically blew up like crazy over the last 5 days, and it's still going on today. Even YouTubers have taken to YouTube and talking about it. So, the thing is that this whole situation started because of depression. And I know it's depression because in one of his videos he was talking about how he was suffering from depression and how he was doing everything in his power to overcome it, as well as talking about some misconceptions that people have about depression. Depression is a feeling that you can't really wish away. You can't really wish away. It's not something that you could magically wish away, but it can be managed. Depression affects both the person who is suffering from depression and the friends and family members around that person who's suffering from depression. And it's not a good feeling. It isn't. It makes you not enjoy the things you used to. It makes you uninterested in whatever is going on in your life. It's a very sad feeling, but it can be managed. And what Wolf is doing right now is taking the necessary steps to recover and hopefully be the best version of himself that he can be. Whether he is going to return to YouTube or not, or whether he's going to re-upload his content or not, is unknown. Everything's kind of up in the air at the moment. I want to kind of talk about, basically give you kind of a breakdown of the feelings that I was feeling when I first heard about it. So, it happened almost spontaneously. It happened just out of the blue. And the worst part about it was that there simply was no warning. There wasn't like any time to really process what was happening. It was just, note, boom, video's getting deleted, boom, channel gone, boom. It's kind of like one of those like top dragster races, where like the cars like going in a straight line and they go about like 300 miles an hour, and that's what it felt like. Once that note was released, then everything changed in an instant. Nobody had time to process what was going on. It wasn't like, oh, you got like 48 hours to save my work, otherwise it's gonna disappear. No, it just happened spontaneously. Nobody knew about it. A lot of people found out the next morning. A lot of people were very shocked when they realized that one of their favorite YouTubers was basically deleted off of YouTube. And a lot of people were concerned, understandably, about this whole situation. And one of the strangest things about it was that I and some people who were probably on YouTube late that night were one of the first ones to find out about it. There's a lot of things I've been thinking in my mind, like, there were things I should have done. And the things I should have done are too long to name in this one video alone, but I should have talked to him. I should have done something about it, but there really wasn't enough time to really do anything about it. I just wish that I was a subscriber of his. The last video I saw of his all the way through was the importance of freedom of speech. I was, however, relieved when I learned that he was safe. We all prayed for him that he would be okay, and the good news is that he is safe. But whether or not he's going to come back, or whether or not we're going to see all of his work again is unknown. Right now, he needs to concentrate on his well-being before making any more decisions about the future. There are two things, however, that are 100% confirmed. One, that the original channel isn't going to come back. And two, that he is safe and doing well. I believe that this is one of those scenarios where sometimes we take YouTubers for granted. They provide content to us every day or every week, depending on when they upload videos. We like their work, and yet we sometimes don't give them enough love and appreciation, and it's incredibly hard for, we like their content, but sometimes we kind of just, we watch their content and sometimes we don't even say anything. We just give them a thumbs up, or we criticize what they have to say because somebody didn't like what that YouTuber had to say. I just wish that he left his channel up as an archive. But once again, with that said, I'm happy he's doing better. This is my message to Wolf directly. Earlier I kind of gave a whole introduction to this whole thing. Now I want to say something directly. I would love to see your videos again. I discovered the movies Alpha and Omega and The Road, the games Soma, Dust and Elysium Tale, Night in the Woods, Ori and the Blind Forest, Momodora, Reverie Under the Moonlight, Hellblade, and Wolfenstein, and the books, the Chaos Queen Quintet, and the Wings of War series because of you. The videos that I mentioned earlier in this video were some of my favorites of yours, and I want to see your critiques on The Last Jedi, Justice League, Aquaman, and the Dark Tower movie again. I want to see your views on politics again. I want to see your reviews on games, books, etc. I want to see your comedic Halo on PC type videos again. I know that the videos are not a portrayal of who you really are, but I hope that someday you will see how much we value not just your content, but you as a person. And I hope that someday there will be a Word of Wolf archive YouTube channel that you can run where it'll have all your content on there, or maybe a Word of Wolf Google Drive. And maybe you aren't ready for that yet. Right now you want to focus on how to be a better person, and I respect that. I just hope that in the future you can allow us to see all the videos you have made again, so we can hear your opinions on books, movies, games, etc. I heard that Mueller said that at this time YouTube is not an important part of your life right now, and that we don't know if you'll return or not. I am perfectly 100% okay if you don't want to make any brand new videos, but we would love to see all of your years of content again and see your evolution as a channel and as a person. No decision has to be made right away. Right now just focus on your mental health and well-being, as well as the love and support of your family. A person's health should be looked at first before anything else. can be discussed. I know someone who told me health is number one. I just want you to know, most importantly, how much we value you as a person. And when the time comes that you will return or see your content again, we will wait for you. But if you need anyone to talk to, you have a lot of people willing to hear you, ready to talk to you, including myself. Till the next we meet, sending love your way.